Hello everybody, this is Chaos with Chaos Esports Productions, bringing you tonight's clan war against GG and Eternal Dreamers. I hope you guys enjoyed game number 1. It was definitely a very exciting game. Whiteout took game number 1 fairly convincing with actually a very standard build, so we'll have to see if he can pull off the same little getup in this game. Let's go ahead and introduce our players. Spawning in the upper left hand, well, I guess it's the northern portion of Polar Night. It is going to be GG Kids, Endless, I believe it's Endless Death. So, and spawning in the south side of Polar Night Ladder Edition, it is going to be Eternal Dreamers Whiteout. So, very convincing win in the last game. Whiteout did a very good job of basically just, it was a very good read on his opponent. He kind of went for a tech build, went out there, killed some overlords, saw that, hey, my opponent's going for kind of this Roach Hydra thing. Maybe I should switch over to some Colossus. And did it fairly well. He actually got a lot of damage done with the 5 Phoenix that he did create. He got a significant number of Hydralisks killed just as they were hatching out of their little cocoons. So things are definitely a very convincing win. So we'll have to see what we got. Now this is really? Is he really going for a Nexus first? Oh! So it looks like Endless Dark is going to attempt to go for some cheese play, but instead Whiteout decided to throw down that Nexus first, and which is a very bold move. Going for a Nexus first on such a close spawning position map is actually it's kind of a risk. But in the case that, obviously, since Endless Dark was going for kind of that cheese play, it actually worked out in his favor because, obviously, he denied the hatchery there, which in turn delayed the spawning pool from getting put down. So the gateway will actually finish relatively the same time as the spawning pool, which means the Cybernetics core will be on its way fairly quickly, and the mothership core can get out as soon as possible. But we are going to also see the Zealot come out, so things are definitely looking like no early shenanigans or whatnot going on. Now we did see that Whiteout did miss that the gas was in the process of being taken rather than taken. He does go ahead and scout through the third. Yeah, generally when you come in here and see that there's no gas taken from a Zerg player, especially in the PvZ matchup, it generally means that your opponent's going to be going for this early third base. So definitely a very good scout by Whiteout. Definitely understands where things are going and what he needs to be thinking about. So good for him. So we'll have to see if he goes for a very similar strategy to the last game, whether or not he goes for a Stargate, or if he chooses to go, even some Blink play would be kind of interesting to see. I know he does tend to like his Blink play in the PvP and the PvT matchup, so we'll have to see if we see some of that tonight. Now we aren't really... Okay, so speed is on the way, and he went ahead and pulled out a gas, so we're not looking for an early lair tech. So I wonder if this is going to end up being like a big bust, just a whole bunch of lings coming, or if Endless Dark is going to go for more of a super macro style and wait until kind of usually around the 6:15, 6:30 mark is when you see the rest of the gas go down and then the layer go up. So we'll have to wait for that timing, see if that's where we're going. A nice little counterattack here at the third base, and with no defenses, this third base is actually potentially going to get lost here. Definitely a big oversight by Endless Dark. Back at home, it does look like Whiteout is going to be just more or less starting getting his forge and starting to start his wall off. And actually, with some nice little stutter step micro going on. The Zealots are more or less going to forfeit. Now, if let's see, throwing that Time Warp down obviously took away his opportunity opportunity to recall out of this, but it does look like there is a potential. Okay, so the Mothership Core is going to get away. Things are definitely looking very, very well for Whiteout. Taking out that third base is going to be a very, very big deal. Now, obviously, with all these Lings out on the field, he's got to warp in some units very, very quickly here, or at least get a wall up, and it's going to be very, very close. So we do have kind of a hold position type situation. A lot of these drones are probably going to get taken out, but for the most part, he is going to hold this fairly well at a little bit of a cost. And with more of these units streaming in here, it's going to be very, very difficult. Wow, things are not looking very, very good here for Whiteout. He's definitely in kind of a pickle. So, let's see, we are 10 seconds away from a photon overcharge. That would definitely help his situation significantly. With the majority of the Lings coming down here at the bottom, I think that photon overcharge, that photon overcharge will definitely do nicely. But with this many Lings out, I'm not sure if there's any much that Whiteout can do. All these pylons are getting taken out, and things are just looking in a very, very troubling situation for Whiteout here. Now, we do have an Oracle out, which do make very, very quick work of these Lings, but the question of the day is, will it be quick enough? If the Cybernetics Core does go down, I think Whiteout is going to be in a very, very, very tough spot. And actually, with the Oracle energy going down, it's starting to look very, very bad for Whiteout here. Now, behind this, if we look at Endless Dark's scenario, he's basically just got his Baneling Nest up. It doesn't look like he's really going for any type of tech opportunity. He's more or less just kind of chilling out where he is. We do have a handful of Banelings in, and these Lings in the main are more or less just kind of getting picked at little by little. Yeah, so it looks like Endless Dark is just going to continue on streaming Lings over to his opponent's side of the base, and we'll have to see whether or not there is going to be a follow-up to this, or whether or not we're just going to see a big, huge Baneling bust coming in. We do have a couple more Oracles coming out. I'm not sure if Oracles are the right choice, just because since they're energy dependent, it's very, very difficult, you know, to obviously hold this type of thing where a handful of Banelings come in and just decimate everything. And, ooh, this is going to be bad. Oh boy. Oh boy. Baneling. Ooh. Very, very nice Baneling detonations, and I don't know if there's much that Whiteout's going to be able to do. Obviously, he's got a handful of gateways coming out, but with pretty much no mining going on, it's going to be very, very difficult for him to continue this out. I think Whiteout is going to be a little bit hurt here shortly. He is trying to hold on very valiantly. Things are definitely holding out fairly well. Just a couple more Lings left, but more Lings are streaming in, and with no energy on these Oracles, it's definitely hard to keep up anything from continuing. Like I said, at this point, I think we'll have to see if... I mean... So, let's take a look and see what, you know, what Endless Dark has going for him. Obviously, he's got he's on two bases that are kind of half saturated each. Whiteout's more or less on kind of one, I would say, half mining base, approximately. I don't know. I kind of feel like this is a lost cause a little bit, but obviously Endless Darkness doesn't have that much tech, so that would have kind of been the only avenue that Whiteout could have gone. So, you know, it was just kind of a lost hope at that point. So, yeah, so that is game number 2, and GG Kids is going to take that. So we are all tied up here at 1-1. So let's go ahead and get things queued up for game number 3.